Good morning, everybody on YouTube. This is Rick Thomas from Obsolete Video Services. Today, we are going to talk about time-based correctors. This is a perfect opportunity for me to make a video on this. I do have one here I've been working on for a customer named Al. I'm sure he's a subscriber. I'm glad he'll be able to see this video. Anyways, if you're doing video production work like I do, okay? I get emails about this all the time, and I am so tired of not being able to get my message across to people because they don't really understand. A lot of people don't get it. I know they're not tech gurus like I am and kind of understand where I'm coming from on this, but today we are working on a time-based corrector for a customer named Al. I did change a few things out on this again. And finally, we are able to get this thing to actually come up with good video and good stable color. As you can see, this is a Datavideo TBC 1000. Okay, people, my opinion, this is the biggest piece of crap time-based corrector ever made. And the reason I say that is they use nothing but this Japanese shit in this time-based corrector on these modular cards, okay? Now, the problem is you could change out the caps, of course I did. I mean, changing the capacitors seems to be one of the issues. But the biggest problem people are having with these machines or these time-based correctors is the actual TBC card, which is right here. It's the processing card. You got IC chips on here, and basically, you can't really find the replacements, and you can't replace the card either because this whole card's not available at all. So fixing one of these is very, very difficult, especially if you have a TBC, Datavideo TBC 1000. This is a real piece of junk, folks. Don't ever buy these. Don't waste your money on these things. These things are really garbage. These cards you can't get, and these ICs are the biggest problem for fixing this unit. Okay? You cannot get parts for this. I've been trying to get parts out of Japan, out of China. They don't make replacement ICs for these, and the ones that you actually need. So that's a big issue. I've been able to get around working on this unit, doing the caps. Like I said, usually it's just a capacitor change-out job. Usually, that seems to be doing the job. I am double checking and confirming that this is actually the repair on this. But I did have a part on order out of China, so I'm doing a substitution with something I have to try to get this job done faster. But anyways, if you're working on a time-based corrector and you buy one of these Datavideo TBCs, they are complete garbage. Do not buy them. You're wasting your money. I mean, I put a lot of work into this thing, and I've never seen anything built out of such junk in my entire life. This thing is a real piece of crap. Don't buy these. All right, anyways, seems like we got this thing up and running pretty good now. And I'm trying to get this done for Al. I know he needs one. Also, I have people asking me questions about, do you always need to use a time-based corrector? Not in all situations. I only recommend time-based correctors if you're using very, very old equipment like I do, like AJ, reel-to-reel machines, 1-inch machines, quad machines. Some of the ones that have serious mechanical issues, which is what time-based correctors fix. A lot of the modern video equipment, broadcast equipment does have built-in time-based corrector cards in the units. So in most general, like Betacam SP and a lot of other broadcast decks, they have TBCs built into it. So you can get around not using one. And there is VHS machines and beta machines, professional ones you can get that have time-based correction built into them. You don't necessarily need to use a time-based corrector if you're doing small school stuff for people like VHS and some of the smaller type of video transfers. Time-based correctors I only recommend for broadcast stuff, older broadcast stuff, reel-to-reel, 1-inch, 2-inch, quad. We're talking mechanical stuff that did not have built-in time-based correctors when the equipment was built at the time. You need external stuff. But most general broadcast decks, a lot of the newer ones towards the end, they did have built-in TBC, so you can get around not using a time-based corrector if you're doing video production work. If you have equipment that has, it's sort of newer towards the end, that did have built-in time-based correction cards and various things in them. So in most cases, you don't need a TBC, but with the older equipment I have found out, with older broadcast stuff that I work with, you need to use a TBC. Most of those decks were not built with time-based correction. Okay, so that answers your question on that. If you're using like a VHS or High 8, a lot of the little modern cassette formats, if you have generally in most 9 times out of 10, those decks have built-in time-based correction. A lot of them do. You don't generally need a time-based corrector. You should be able to get by fine without one. But the only time you really need one is serious hardcore equipment like 1-inch, 2-inch quad machines, older stuff. Then you want to use time-based correction on those. But to answer the question to Al, you don't generally need to use one unless you're using the big dogs like I am, really old stuff where I need to make tape conversions. You can get by just fine without it. It just depends on the type of equipment you have. A lot of like SVHS, VHS machines, Betamax machines, a lot of the end user ones did have very good quality where you didn't exactly need to use TBC. I don't exactly know what type of tape format you're using to do tape transfers, but I just thought I'd tell you that. Anyways, seems like this particular unit is working good. I've been heating it up, trying to keep good image on the screen to see if we can get some good video out of this. And without any color fluctuations, so far it seems to be working pretty good. These are very hard units to work on, folks. Not an easy thing to do. So if you have a Datavideo TBC, stay away. If you're looking to buy, in my opinion, you should get a time-based corrector. I can refer you to ones that you should buy, but don't buy these. These are complete garbage. I get people, you go on eBay, none of these work. They always have problems. So anyways, we've been working on this for Al. Let's see what we get. So far, it seems like we're getting good color. It's stable. Plus, I got to mention to people, anybody using Datavideo time-based correctors, they're very sensitive to cables. If you have shit cables, you will also have a lot of distortion in the video and color fluctuations. You need very, very high-end cables if you're using this type of time-based corrector. That's another thing you should check. It does solve a lot of problems. But anyways, this is a movie, one of my favorite movies about last night with Rob Lowe, and the color looks good, the stability looks good, it's playing real well. So I think we got around fixing this unit. I did find several caps on this that were garbage that had to be changed out. But my main worry is this main processing board, and I'm hoping this stays up and it doesn't have that issue, then we might be able to get around that problem. Generally, they go bad, but sometimes it's the capacitors, but sometimes it's the actual processing board itself. Right now, I'm just finishing this thing up, trying to determine if it's going to hold stability and quality, and it looks like it will. I recommend, Al, you buy some serious high-end cables for this unit if you're going to use it. Do not use these cheap-ass cables like these ones here with the little red, yellow, white, and red. These are junk. Don't buy those. You need to buy high-end, good quality gold connector cables, okay? That's the ones you need to use. All right, the TBC does look pretty good. The color is looking good. Anyways, guys, if you have questions about time-based correctors, I could gladly refer you to, or even help you for the purchase of getting one like off eBay, quality ones. This is junk, guys. I mean, if you're doing production video work, you need high quality TBCs. So I hope that answered your questions about time-based correctors. The good news is you got to understand if you do have a Datavideo one like this and it is working, you need to use some really high-end RCA cables. It does solve the issue. None of these cheap-ass cables that causes a lot of problems. As you can see, the playback is good. I'm using great cables. I changed out a bunch of caps, and I think we might have gotten around this problem. So like I said, guys, great cables, gold clads. We're talking high-quality cables if you're going to use a Datavideo TBC. I noticed that it really does improve the quality. And also, like I said, these are prone to needing repair, capacitor change out, and also the actual boards on these things go bad. So I wouldn't recommend buying a Datavideo. You know, if you need a time-based corrector, you could contact me. I can tell you how you can get a good one off eBay. But anyways, we're working on this for Al. It seems like we're having great success. Hope Al's seeing this video to show you that, you know, like I said, sometimes it takes time on some of this stuff. And a lot of times getting parts, I'm having a lot of issues out of China and other places right now. So I hope you guys are understanding and things are taking a while. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video.